Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're watching from. It's good to have you here. If you have subscribed to my channel, thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you for listening to me. And if you're new, welcome. And it's good to have you here. I can't wait to hear from everybody on here. And please kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you very much. So today we're going to be talking about a very interesting topic that is in every household. Parents' pressure you shouldn't repeat as a parent. Now, there are various pressures you face at home. You face pressure for a lady, most guys actually, but not all guys. But for some ladies, you get pressure of when are you getting married, when you're getting older. You get pressures like um when are you going to leave my house, and all of that. But the general one in every African family is when you're going to school, they tell you, I want you to read your book so that you can be a doctor or an engineer or a lawyer. I think those were the three professions that were everywhere in every African home. My parents told me same. Read your book so you could be a lawyer, a doctor. I'm an engineer. I read computer engineering in school because I felt those were the three professions you have to read. If not, you're not gonna be somebody in the world. But today we thank God that there are so many things you can do to become a billionaire, to become a superstar, various things out there that are actually interesting. And you don't see that as, or we don't see it as a typical thing. But our African parents don't see it that way. They give you those pressures that make you think life is just one straight road. You can't dive, you can't move anywhere. You just have to keep going in the direction they want you to go. But I think, like I said, all I'm talking about is basically my opinion on this matter. If you have a different opinion to share with me, feel free to put it in the comment section. I don't think that's right. I think this is how it should be. Fine, and we can talk about it. But I feel parents should not put pressure on their children for any reason at all. I listened to a girl online a few days back, and she said something. She said that her parents tell her stuff like, I fed you, I clothed you, I sent you to school, I made you who you are today, and all of that. I made sacrifices for you. Yes, they say that a lot. I made sacrifices for you to be a better person in life. And then the statement that came next from her mouth, it got me thinking. She said she wished they never made those sacrifices. She said she wished they had just lived their dream so they don't have to force their dream on her, and which is true. A lot of our parents wanted to study this engineering, doctors, they wanted to be doctors, they wanted to be lawyers. But because they were unable to achieve those dreams at that time or in their time, they feel once they have kids, they have to impose it on you. You must read medicine. You must be a lawyer. You must be this and all of that. And before you know, they're forcing you to read a course you don't want to study in school. And at the end of the day, you hear people, I've heard a lot of people say, I read this course for my father, I read this course for my mother, this is not what I want to do. And after the 5 years wasted in school or 6 years wasted in school, you come out and then you now start living your dream or living what you want to live, which is not fair on your kids. Oh, my earring just dropped, which is not fair on your kids. I think we're gonna rock with one anyways. So, which is not fair on your kids. I feel if you're a parent, you should live your dream so you don't put it on your children. Don't make them feel bad. You actually decided to have kids. As rude as it sounds, or as bad as it sounds, you were the one that called this child into the world. You were the one that said, I'm ready to have kids. I'm ready to take on a responsibility for another life. And you brought this child into the world. So why do you feel that child has to grow up to serve you because you served the child all your life? That decision or that choice is totally on you. It has nothing to do with that child. You were the one that said, okay, I'm ready now. I want to have kids. I'm ready to take up that responsibility. And then you take up the responsibilities, you end up sacrificing a lot, and then you put that pressure on your children. I see things online where some parents, a girl that is in school, that is in university, that you're actually paying her school fees, you're giving her feeding money, you're giving her in practically everything she needs for school. You buy her provision when she's going to school. And then you hear some parents will be like on the phone, hello, when you're coming back from school, oh, buy me something. Oh. And I'm like, I don't understand. Buy you something. From which money? Is it the feeding money you gave her last month that is not even enough for her? That you expect her to buy you something? And then you see parents where they just feel mutin jewomo. Oh, sorry, I said Yoruba. Jewomo means like I'm already eating the fruit of my labor. But there's time for eating the fruit of your labor. You don't expect a university student that doesn't have a job to start giving you money. If that child starts giving you money, you should ask questions. Where did you get this money from? You know, what kind of job are you doing? Some people say, look at this girl, she has spoiled her life. Or this guy is doing a young child or a young boy is into rituals and all of that. Trust me, half of the pressure that boy or that girl is facing is from home. They actually want the child to start contributing. You hear statements like when parents start comparing, and then they'll be like, hey, look at this person's son. He's already buying this for his mother. He's buying this for his father. What do you want to use your life to do? All that kind of pressure is totally unnecessary. Like, they shouldn't do that to any child. There are stages to these things. Once a child starts growing, allow this child to grow. When you see in some developed country or abroad or other countries, children are not obligated to their parents. You actually brought me to this world, so you have to take care of me. And then when the parents do take care of these kids and they are grown, they don't feel it's right for them to come back and take care of you. Mom, you should have worked for yourself so that you don't have to rely on me. You know, that's how they practically live abroad. They don't care whether their parents are old or don't have a place to stay. Most people feel you should have thought about yourself, or you should have added yourself to the plan before I grew up. You know, you're not supposed to put that pain or pressure on me. You see some parents also, they tell you things like, your friends are building houses for their parents. You need to start building houses for me. How? The economy in Nigeria is frustrating as it is. An average young person, 25, is still in his parents' home. Because of what? The economy is not helping. What do you expect that person to do? When you now start putting pressure on that person, like, you ought to be doing this, you're not bringing anything to the house, that child starts going outside, or that young person starts going outside, and before you know, is mixing one or two things. And then when the child finally does the wrong thing, you now tell the child, you are a disgrace to me. See, a lot of these pressures are unnecessary. So I feel we young parents that are coming up now, we shouldn't repeat these things. Work on yourself. If you have a dream to achieve your dream while you're taking care of your kids. Don't say, when my kids are grown, they're going to feed me, or when my kids are grown, they're going to give me that satisfaction I need. They are not going to give you any satisfaction. Every child came with his own destiny. It came with his own desires, his own ambitions. Every child has that, and every child has the right to experience that. I, as a parent, I don't wish my child to come and start taking care of me in my old age. I want to live my dream. I want to achieve a lot. I want to be as wealthy to a point, or I want to be as wealthy as even Otedola and Dangote, even more than them, so that I can take care of myself when I'm old. I don't want to rely on my child and say, when you grow up, you're going to come and take care of me. You're going to give me feeding. Like, sorry. The Yoruba in me keeps coming out, There's some certain things you want to say, and when you put Yoruba to it, it sounds heavy, But I'm sorry about that. I would interpret as much as I can. So basically, that is it. As a young parent today, please do not repeat what our parents has done. Don't repeat it, please. Make sure you work as hard. If you want to be a baker, or you want to travel the world, please, while you have kids, there are various ways you can keep your kids safe and travel the world. Enjoy it so that when you're old, you have things to think about. Then your child can have the opportunity to also live their dream. A lot of young people today don't have, probably let's just put it to, a landed property to their names. Why? Because all they do is feed family. All they do is, feel, some people are feeling, which they are not supposed to feel actually. They feel, I owe my parents that much because they sacrificed a lot for me. Like I said earlier, as rude and as bad as it sounds, you owe them nothing. Trust me, you owe them nothing because they decided to bring you to the world. Probably if they had left you with God, you'll be somewhere eating chicken and telling God, hallelujah, Jesus, God, I love you, and your next meal is certain. The next place you're going to sleep is, I'm not sure you'll be in Nigeria or you'll be in this world suffering climate change, suffering economic crisis, suffering bad government, etc. The list goes on. So basically, to wrap it up, all I'm just saying, or all I'm trying to put out there is, please, do not repeat what your parents has done to you. And do not take it out on your children. They did not hurt you in any way. Don't say because my mother pulled my ear when I was growing up, so therefore I will pull my own child's ear when he's growing up. Please do not do that. Why do you see that rich people, when they give birth to 2 or 3 children, they secure a future for that child? They start doing things in their kids' name so that the child will not suffer and them themselves will not suffer. Okay? So please, like I said, please, let's make this an interactive session. I've said all I have to say. If you think what I have said is not right or it's not, please feel free. Tell me your opinion. Let's talk about it. Then I can give you reasons why I feel, or I have sat down, I have thought about it, and I have seen reasons why we shouldn't do this to our kids. We should try to live our dream. Enjoy your life. Enjoy your marriage if you want to. If you know you're not ready to have kids, take your time. It's all on you. Whatever it is all on you. I hear people say, I don't like children, so therefore I'm not going to have kids. It's totally on them. They have their reasons why they don't want to. But don't make them feel terrible for not wanting kids. Probably they don't want to have any responsibility. Let them feel free. So, this is all I have to say today. I know I've just been going on and on like a radio that has no battery. But honestly, as much as I don't want to sound like I'm taking points from a book or I Googled some points and I'm only trying to just say, number 1, don't do this. Number 2, don't do that. No, I'm actually talking from the heart. I'm telling you how I feel. I'm telling you an accumulation of what I have heard, researched on, and I just want to put it out there that please do not repeat what your parents have done to you, to your kids. I think that's the quote we're going with tonight or today or this morning, whatever time zone you're watching from. This is the point I want you to go with. Please do not repeat what your parents have done to you, to your kids. Let them live their dream, okay? Don't impose any cost or any line of practice to any child. Let them live their dream, okay? Thank you, and please subscribe to my channel. Send in your comments. Let me know what you think. Let me hear from you. And until next time again, I'm so happy to have you, and I'm glad we're able to share this. Bye.